Hello, friends! Today, we will do a review of the book The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Let's dive in. Becoming rich is not the same skill set as staying rich. If you think that making money is all about investing in stocks, or starting a business, or buying real estate, well, this book will challenge those assumptions. It will make you realize that managing your newfound wealth is just as important, if not more so, than how you originally got it. It's not only about being smart or lucky, it's also about having the right mindset. You need to be able to handle your emotions and not let your ego get in the way of making good financial decisions. You need to understand what drives you and what you want out of life. Because money doesn't just grow on trees. If you don't learn how to manage it properly, it can slip through your fingers like sand. We've all heard stories of lottery winners who lost it all because they couldn't handle the sudden influx of cash. And if you're not careful, the same thing can happen to you. So what is the secret to staying wealthy? What can we learn from the people who have managed to keep their wealth for generations? That's exactly what we'll be talking about in this video. Stay tuned. Okay, first, save money. This is going to sound pretty basic, but hear me out. Saving money is one of the most important things you can do to secure your financial future. It's not about how much you earn, it's about how much you keep. Imagine this. You find yourself in a situation where you could either earn more money by working more hours or save more money by working less. Which would you choose? You might think it's obvious that you should choose the option that lets you earn more money, but what if it doesn't have to be an either-or situation? What if you could find a way to both earn more money and save more money at the same time? According to Morgan, this is possible, and it all starts with understanding the power of saving money. For example, instead of spending money on things you don't really need, like eating out every day or buying the latest iPhone, you could use that money to invest in yourself. You could take classes or get certifications that will help you earn more money in the long run. Or maybe you could use that money to start a side hustle that eventually turns into your full-time job. By investing in yourself, you're increasing your value, which means you'll be able to earn more money in the future. But it's not just about making more money. It's also about being prepared for unexpected expenses. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes things come up that you just can't plan for, like medical bills or car repairs. Having a savings fund can help you cover these costs without going into debt. Debt can be a dangerous thing. It can help you buy things you want now, but it can also end up costing you a lot of money in the long run. By saving money, you're protecting yourself from those high interest payments that come with debt. Plus, when you save money, you're also building your retirement nest egg. Nobody works forever. One day you will grow old and you want to enjoy your golden years without worrying about money. By saving early and often, you can ensure that you have enough money to retire comfortably. It might seem like a small thing, but the truth is that saving money is one of the best ways to improve your financial future. It doesn't matter how much you earn. What matters is how much you keep. Second, happiness is more important than money. As the author shares in the book, there's nothing wrong with wanting to make money. Okay? After all, money can provide us with the things we need and the luxuries we desire. But it's important to remember that money isn't everything. There are other things in life that are just as important, if not more so, than money. For example, family and relationships are incredibly important. Spending quality time with loved ones and creating lasting memories together is something that money just skooing by. Health is another thing that's more important than money. No matter how rich you are, if you're sick or injured, you're not going to be able to enjoy your life to the fullest. That's why it's important to take care of your body and mind, to eat healthy foods, exercise regularly, and get enough rest. Happiness is something that money just can't buy. Of course, having money can make you more comfortable and give you more options, but it's not the key to true happiness. In fact, studies have shown that once you reach a certain income level, making more money doesn't actually make you any happier. Instead, it's the little things in life that really matter. It's the laughter you share with friends, the love you feel from your family, and the sense of accomplishment you get from achieving your goals. These are the things that make life worth living. So yes, it's okay to want to make money, but don't let that desire consume you. Don't let it become the only thing you care about, because there are other things in life that are just as important, if not more so, than money. Third, greed is the enemy. Greed is the main enemy of the rich. You see, when you're greedy, you always want more. You never feel like you have enough money, power, or success. And that's what keeps you poor. When you're poor, you feel like you need more money to be happy. You'd think that if you had just one more raise or one more promotion, then you'd finally be able to buy all the things you want and live the life you've always dreamed of. But it never happens. You never feel satisfied with what you have. That's because you're greedy. Greed is what keeps you from being happy with what you have. It's what prevents you from feeling grateful for the blessings in your life. Instead, you're always looking for more, and that's what makes you poor. But here's the thing. Wealth doesn't just mean having a lot of money. It's also about having a lot of things that bring you joy and satisfaction in your life. Maybe it's the love of your family and friends, or the knowledge that you've made, a difference in the world, or simply the peace of mind that comes from knowing that you're financially secure. When you're rich, you don't need more of these things because you already have them in abundance. That's why it's so important to be grateful for what you have. When you're grateful, you're not focused on what you don't have. You're too busy appreciating all the good things in your life that you already do have. And that's what makes you truly rich. So if you want to be rich, it's time to let go of your greed. It's time to appreciate all the good things in your life and be grateful for what you have. When you do that, you'll find that you're much happier and much richer than you ever were before. Fourth, risk is everywhere. Rich people understand that risk is everywhere. They know that there is no such thing as a risk-free investment or a guaranteed return. They understand that even the safest investments carry some level of risk, and that no one can predict the future with 100% accuracy. They also know that risk is not something to be avoided, but rather something to be embraced. Taking calculated risks is often necessary to achieve great things in life, whether it's starting a new business, investing in a new venture, or simply trying something new. Risk is everywhere. Rich people understand that taking calculated risks is often necessary to achieve great things in life. However, it's important to remember that risk is not something to be taken lightly. It's important to do your research, weigh the pros and cons, and be prepared to accept the consequences of your actions. Overall, rich people are not afraid of risk. They understand that risk is part of life, and that taking calculated risks can lead to great rewards. They're also willing to accept the consequences of their actions and are prepared to adjust their plans as needed. If you want to be rich, it's important to follow suit. Don't be afraid to take calculated risks in your own life. Be willing to step out of your comfort zone and try new things. Just be sure to do your research, weigh the pros and cons, and be prepared to accept the consequences of your actions. Fifth, we can learn from the very best. There are many lessons we can learn from the rich and famous, but perhaps the most important lesson is that they're just people. Despite their wealth and fame, they still face the same challenges as everyone else. They still have to deal with relationships, family issues, and personal problems. Just because someone is rich or famous doesn't mean that their life is perfect. In fact, many of the richest and most famous people in the world have struggled with mental health issues, addiction, and other personal problems. One of the things that sets the rich and famous apart from everyone else is their ability to overcome these challenges. They are often able to use their wealth and fame to get the help they need to overcome these problems. But ultimately, it's their own strength and resilience that allows them to come out of it stronger on the other side. This is something we can all learn from, no matter who we are or how much money we have. When life gets tough, we all need to dig deep inside ourselves and find the strength to push through. The rich and famous are no different in that regard. It's easy to look at someone who is rich and famous and think that their life must be perfect. But the reality is that they're just people. They have the same problems as everyone else, but they are able to use their wealth and fame to get the help they need to overcome those problems. That's something we can all learn from. So friends, that was our review of the book, The Psychology of Money. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, getting wealthy and staying wealthy are two different ball games. Work on both. See you in the next video. Until then, take care. If this video helped you, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs financial success in their life.